So my name's Jess. I'm the co-founder of 5 Years Time. 5 Years Time is a business that I founded with my business partner called Natalie, and our mission is to get startups investment ready. 5 Years Time works as an online platform. We have a lot of training and templates and tools for entrepreneurs to help them get ready to raise investments. So I spend a lot of time building that, talking about that, running workshops in order to promote what we do. So my day-to-day is very much split between working with the different clients that I have. So one of my clients is Synergy Growth, which is a small investment fund, and I'm a portfolio manager there. So I manage a portfolio of investments in around 30 different technology startups that we've invested in over the last 7 years. So I was born and brought up in France, very much followed quite a general path in education, but when you're 16 in France, you do have to choose what to specialise in. So I chose social sciences and economics and did my baccalaureate, which is the equivalent of the A-levels in France, and then came to university in the UK. So I graduated in 2010. It was a very hard year to 2011. Graduated in 2011. It was quite a hard year to get a job then in London. Most of the jobs seemed to be in recruitment, which was odd because there were no jobs. So I started very much my career as a PA and then moved to an executive assistant role a year later in a law firm. Pretty much worked my way up, so I started as the personal assistant to a senior associate and then ended up being the executive assistant to the founder and CEO, 3 of the other directors, and was also the events manager there. I worked at the law firm for 2 years, helping people both organise their private lives and also their professional lives within the business. As you can probably imagine, it was quite intensive, and after a while I decided I wanted to move into a role that was more focused on helping sort of director level, but within the business rather than in the private side, and also move to an industry that I was more interested in because law was not something that I wanted to work in forever. So I applied for a role as an executive assistant in Synergy Growth, which is a small angel investment fund, which is part of a bigger family office called SP². So although I was hired to be an executive assistant for one of the directors at Synergy, events at the company meant that I was quickly put into a portfolio manager role, even though I didn't really have experience in finance or in tech or in startups. So I had to very quickly get up to speed. So I taught myself a whole lot about investments, what investing in companies meant, how startups worked, what support they needed. I went to every event I could imagine, spoke to people, went to board meetings, asked lots of questions and sort of educated myself in order to have the skills that I needed in order to function in the role. I really love running my own business because it's split between running the business itself and also working with clients. So every day is different. Some days I work from home, some days I work from clients' offices, or I go to meetings, and I go to a lot of events and networking as well. So I'm in and around London, every day of the week, and it's really, really fun. I meet lots of different types of people. I'm working on a project with government, I work with investors, and I work with really exciting founders within startups as well. There is a traditional route to working in investment. So most people who work in investments with startups have an accountancy background or a finance background. They've potentially studied business or have been working in management consultancies, and those are the sorts of backgrounds that you normally see. So that's a route that you can take if you want to work sort of within startups and within finance. Having said that, that's not what I did. I just studied something that I loved, and then started in quite junior positions and then worked my way up. My one piece of advice would be, don't be scared to put yourself out there and to go and find out what you don't know. Don't be afraid to ask questions.